What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are with DJ
Redman.
and right now we're here to talk about DJ.
Redman.
Yeah. So to get this started, man, just a little bit of an introduction of yourself and way back when you were a kid. How did you get influenced and how did you get here today?
Cool. Well, I was a skater kid. Yeah, like I grew up skating in that hip hop scene kind of thing. Moved on into DJing, you know, break beats, heavy into drum and bass, jungle sort of stuff, into that kind of scene in Sydney. I was working hospitality, so I was working nights. I'm an auditor, right?
Damn, I had no idea.
So I was having trouble pushing gigs because, you know, auditing is the same hours as DJing in any establishment, and I was having to put my own parties on in Sydney, drum and bass parties, breakbeat parties and stuff, just to push your name. You know, it's very hard, and it's a cutthroat industry there for DJs. You know, so it's hard to get up. I saw everyone just getting old and shit, you know, and I wanted to bust out and do something, and took a mad risk, packed my records, and jumped on a plane, and just dropped everything.
But you were doing auditing full time?
Auditing full time.
Shit.
And
not really. It's just tough.
And doing gigs and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So,
it's
long hours, right?
Yeah, it's all numbers, and it does your head in. And
so you resigned?
So I'm not a person. Yeah, I just dropped everything out. Like I got my shit sorted and just came out here, man. Like with my records.
You got the balls.
I had a suitcase. It's like 57 kilos with like a couple of pair of underpants. The rest was vinyl. You know, like Hong Kong's an easy place to get it started. Really it is. If you come out here, you just push yourself and hustle. It's always a hustle, right? Hustle from the start, and it just, like, Hong Kong worked out. I was supposed to be going off to China with meeting people and stuff, but I love the city, man. Like, I got here and just was like blown away, and it worked. And I've since just dug in. I've been around everywhere, man. Like this DJing has got me, I don't know, something like 8 countries or something.
What are those locations shit. And like, what was the experience? Like, was it grand or was your face there? I mean, you're one of those probably old school day ones, so it's not really like social media. Everything's out,
well,
Instagram.
Actually, my
like,
social media.
How was it?
Well, it started when I came to Hong Kong. I started my social media system just to keep in contact with my family, and then it blew up. And I had, you know, so I'm an old school cat coming from the analog era, mixing vinyl, coming through the like CDJs and USBs, and then Serato, and then controllers, and trying to keep the old school pioneering DJ fundamentals alive throughout all this technology, because it's easy to just disappear all this history, this knowledge. Because I went to a DJ school academy kind of thing in Sydney called United DJs. DJ Casey used to run that and get all of the big hip hop heads from around the world that are traveling into Sydney and stuff to come and teach class here, like Soda's mixing school. And we learned a lot of turntablism, you know. And turntablism is a culture that's swiftly being
disregarded.
It's still rolling.
It's not as popular.
It's still rolling. Like,
here,
it's
right?
online now. It's all online now and stuff, and it's still vinyl and stuff. But the controllers are coming in, and they're pretty rad. You know, you can do some amazing shit. So keeping those fundamentals from the vinyl eras like alive into the new controller thing is what I've been focusing on, and utilizing their capabilities. You know, like. So because I'm an old school cat and I'm still rolling in this new school hustle, you've got to, you know, focus on technology and how to use it. That's where my head's at.
Just to let you know, I am not 100% accurate in knowledge for the DJ items. So for all the DJs, I know you know what he's talking about. So yeah. And to move on to the next question, the challenges back then that you had to go through and making up your mind when you went to that plane and like, fuck this shit, I'm resigning, I'm gonna fly out, I'm gonna pursue this. Like,
well, I just loved
what was happening. Like, you were being pulled left to right, right?
I just loved it. It was a massive risk, man. I just left it. Or I lost a lot, actually. I lost my family, you know, like I lost all my loved ones, and it's because it's a constant hustle, and you can't just go back home. I've only been back home a few times, and that's been my biggest loss. Actually, I never thought about that coming into this. Tricky, yeah. So my love for music drove me out, and just to get out there and like rock beats, because it's like it's a drive. There's no question. It's not like, why did you choose to be a DJ? Why did you go out and be a DJ? Why did you do it? It's just because you love it, you know. Like, You love it. You get one chance.
Yeah. So like, the outcome after that, like
The outcome
going
was-
through the process, like
Well,
what was
yeah.
what were the rewarding times?
Dude, well, it was the first time I travelled also, out of Australia. So like I dropped into Hong Kong on my own with no connections and just records, and it was a buzz, man. It was alive, like completely alive. It was a hustle. I was in Chungking Mansion, like booked my room online from Australia, sounded real sweet and shit, and I rock up at like Chungking.
Sketchy,
Yeah.
but shout outs though.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I spent some of my best days in that place. It's like,
I mean, like, it's still a cool spot. We got some cool friends there. I don't know if you know the hip hop store, but shout outs to Abasha.
oh man, yeah, shout out to Basha
Yeah,
for sure, man.
yeah, man,
He's
so-
been my homie for a long time.
I mean, it's cool. Filmed the MV there for Highlight.
Did you? Oh yeah, that was out there. Yeah, that was at the back of the day.
Yeah, and we were supported by a
that.
few of the people around there. So yeah, Dixon as well. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a good hustle. And look, it's a dangerous place for people looking in. But I've got to say, man, like that place really looked after me. Like it took me in. I was supported by different crews from different levels and stuff. It was really nice. Went back there a few times, even just to stay for little periods of rough times, that you go through. But because Hong Kong's a roller coaster ride, man. For all, I don't know, for an outsider, for Gualo.
I do believe the whole life in general is roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, up next is like, what do you think of people's approach to the hip hop culture and music in general, and where we are right now?
Well, like here in Hong Kong, any genre is a real struggle to maintain. Like to push and keep pushing and pushing, because it's a revolving population, and the mainstream heads, like come through here and they want this mainstream sound, and it's dominated everything, and everything that's not mainstream, like this horrible sound that you hear pumping out of the LKF, like the music industry has sucked for so long, man. It's like horrible. So it pushes everything to be at an underground level, like even hip hop, and hip hop should be the main front, runner for clubs. It's like EDM everywhere. So anyone who's pushing it here to survive, I love you, man. It's like, it's dope. And anyone that's doing their own thing here also, in what you guys are doing, making vids, like putting rhymes down, doing tracks, doing it properly and clean, like as long as you're doing your own sound and your own style, it's like, I love you too, man. It's like, it's hip hop culture.
Appreciate it, man.
There's not a lot of outside influence, to be honest, like it's all coming from the core, and it's starting to blossom now. I've been feeling it, and like you speak to some of the house DJs, they're like, yeah, like hip hop's coming back, man. Hip hop's coming back. It's like,
That's good to hear.
It's always been here, but like it's just a matter of grasping.
I just
it.
thought it got quiet for a
Yeah.
few years.
Yeah.
Maybe because like a few blossomed out already. Maybe like they stopped. I know a few MCs that are no longer doing it, or
Yeah.
some just come back time to time.
Because it's a tough industry here. It's like, it's Hong Kong. It's hard to make money doing anything creative, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Because you get no support.
Well, to move on to that though, if you had anything that you wanted to address, since we will have viewers from different categories of music, right? That could be debatable, or your point of view that you want to put out as a message that you want people to hear that are pursuing either DJ or just music in general here. Like for me personally, it's like a lot have stopped believing in it, and they say like, offensively to me, I don't take it that bad, but they just say, there's nothing in the scene, fuck it, like fucking forget it, leave where you are. But it's easy to say, but not easy to do.
There
right?
is.
And there's opportunity though.
There is, yes.
Yeah, and I believe that if the whole area, like the city as a whole, like work together and make that big bang noise, and the world starts to notice, like these guys are popping, they're dope. Then
This is exactly what I wanted to say to
Yeah.
you about Hong Kong hip hop and local people, right?
yeah,
Is collaborating, sticking together and supporting each other. Hong Kong's notorious in other music genres for clicking and having crews that split apart, and they do their little things, and that's why nothing gets big. It's just it's all its little thing. But Hong Kong hip hop people need to work together. Doesn't matter who you are and where you're coming from different crews, and that's what I love what you're doing. You're joining everyone, not just from different like genres mainly. It's mainly like hip hop heads, and keep being original and keep creating, man, and keep collaborating. That's my advice
okay.
to Hong Kong hip hop people.
Well, just for my thoughts, it's like why I'm doing this now. I know it's not like a lot of money yet. It can blossom to that, but gonna take time, right? You know, shout outs to the Lomays, they're doing great. We were with Niall Hyson earlier, young Hyson. So, yeah, they're great examples of they can guarantee a venue 200, 300 people because they've made their own shows and sold it out in like a few hours after posting online for people to buy tickets. So, we need more people like that, and even stages that were not visible as an opportunity. At my time in 2006, maybe, we were just rappers that sucked but had a dream, and we kept rapping with that computer mic. But we're like, where do we perform? How are we gonna make this shit happen? It's like, fuck, man. Like, we're in Hong Kong. Like, nobody gives a shit. Like, that was the energy back then, and everything was underground, man. And like, I started with Tagalog rap, and everyone started quitting years later. I'm like, where the fuck is this gonna go? So we switched to English. Of course, that opened more doors, but it's not enough. And now, like, for me, just to be in a position to hopefully pay everybody more in the future, but to give them a great stage and a show and a brand, and everyone's like, oh, this is the shit. Like, I'm happy that they're experiencing it. But in return, to get into that stage is you just got to make sure your craft is great.
But you've got talent here waiting to bust. You just got to grab them all and put them together.
It's tough,
you know? Like, even the, you know, Easy Beats, you know, like, he's still...
Yeah, we worked with him before.
Cracking out, you know, like, his tracks are gangster and shit, but, like, and I've worked with him a few things, but he's like, you know, we've got to grab him, pull him in, you know, like, and we've got people like Groove, you know, like, he's just rolling, doing his...
Yeah, he said he's been producing.
His LKF thing, you know, we've got to grab him and pull him in, and we've got to bring Minds in, we've got to grab Soda and pull him in, you know, from the DJ school, and just all come together. Like, that's how hip-hop always works in other countries as well. In any environment that I've seen, the hip-hop scene is, it all works together, regardless of all the bullshit around. So.
Well, I just think the tough part is, like, when money starts to talk. Like,
of course,
like, and then you start to give constructive criticism to a couple of people, and others find it intimidating. It's like, when you put the ego out of the table, it's like, here's reality check. We really need to reach this caliber in order to survive doing this. Like, if we were gonna start a DJ school, how are we gonna start it? Reverse engineer it, and like, this is how we're gonna put it. But then at a level of our DJs, like, if somebody says we're not at that level yet, or somebody isn't, it's like somebody has to accept that as a actual compliment to, like, improve yourself so we can pursue this and make more money. Or even a producer's level, let's say you think you're great, but if a lot don't respond to your product, that's a problem. But if you keep living in your world that is great, it's not gonna work out, right? Same to, like, rap itself. Like, I've been through that. I told you, like, years back, a decade ago, I sucked. I'm admitting it, I suck. We all go through that. But when somebody tells me that I can do better or I suck, I'm more like, fuck off. Like, it's the attitude, man. And we're young.
It's what drives you to get better,
no,
man.
But that's what I went through, you know. And now I became friends with these veterans that are from Tagalog areas or English area. It's a matter of time where I'm going through it now with the young kids now too that find us intimidating, but I'm just telling you the truth because I had to go through 10 years of hard work, of trial and error.
Of course.
I'm trying to give you a shortcut, but the ego comes first.
Yeah, of course.
So that's one of the tough things that we had to, like, go through until we can combine everything, you know. And another thing is, like, if somebody's doing great, they don't want to, like, associate with the ones who aren't. Right?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely, right? Yeah, nobody wants to help anybody.
I get that if, like, we're in the U.S. or we're in a big market, right? But we're in a city where we fucking can't barely make money and survive for this shit. I really believe, like, the 100% collaboration should work because I hate the part where there are artists who play value. But I'm like, what value are you bringing to the table if you're not even helping or contributing to the extra stages that you can provide to the rest? You know, because what matters to me is, like, how did you actually develop it and bring it back? Are we getting off topic?
No, this is all good, man. It's deep. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's where it was meant to be. It's Hong Kong hip hop, right? It's going somewhere.
Yeah. Well, next up is what should people expect from you? Like, are you actually, like, working on anything that's different up ahead for this year or 2019?
I want to travel a little bit this year and get out there. Maybe coming up to the Holy Fest in Nepal again this year. Getting some things happening in Macau with sideshow carts.
Bring a GoPro,
Soul
man.
Boy up there. Yeah, well, dude, funny story, My last Holy Fest in Kathmandu, I had this this escort dude, like, to look after me kind of thing the whole time. And he's a cool kid, you know, we blazed together and just like, it was heavy. We had security, we had like Gurkhas and shit looking after us. And I had my GoPro with the, you know, my stick and filmed this whole amazing day, like massive day, 20,000 crew, like paint and color everywhere. And this motherfucker stole my camera, right? He
GoPro?
just vanished with my fucking GoPro, man. Like,
Damn.
And the rest of the trip, sorry, excuse me, I'm still very angry about this kid, yeah, like, he kept me doing, and I'm gonna chase him down when I get there next time, man.
If you're watching this, leave a comment like it's me.
Sorry. Censor that part. Yeah, so I'm getting one for my birthday, so I'm taking it with me again. I'm gonna film it up again. Macau, Sideshow Cuts, Soul Boy over there is working M-Spot Clubbing. He's doing a lot of work with hip-hop artists from around the world and stuff. He's pushing his thing international, but I want to get that into Hong Kong a little bit more as well. Work with the DJ school as well, and just try and get everyone out. Like you're saying, get like 100% commitment from everyone, but to get commitment from everyone, you got to get them out first and like get them out and performing, and yeah, just try and collaborate with everyone, man. Is my plan this year, and feed the kids.
True.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like people you look up to. Could be music or personal friends that help you grow.
Damn. Well, realistically, in my experience in Hong Kong and my crazy old like life story here, which we're not, you know, we don't have time for all that, but like, I'm looking up to a lot of pastors and stuff from my church and things like this. They're like really awesome, powerful, motivated people, and like, but in regards to music, I guess like I'm getting energy from these kind of people. I've changed my whole life around. I've got a whole new system in my life, new friends, new, you know, like family thing happening, new perspective on life, all this kind of stuff. I've scratched away all my old dark realms and things like this, and just trying to focus on positive energy and utilizing it, you know, like whether it's from God or whether it's from the earth or wherever it comes from, you know, like really harnessing it and finding my way to harness it and like make things happen that way, and visualize things, you know, like, and make them happen. And it's easy to in this city. That's my focus if you want to get philosophical and stuff. But cool. DJs, man, DJ Craze, DJ Kintaro, A-Track, all these kids. I grew up getting right into the DMC because the DJ school I was at was like connected, affiliated with that, and we got, you know, taught up by Q-Bird and you know, Jazzy J and a couple other crazy fucking legend pioneer guys. So that's like anybody that's still in the game right now that was pioneering break beats or hip hop or drum and bass back in the day and got through all the genre changes, through the dubstep and the trap and everything, and is still rolling and still making quality tunes. That's who I'm looking up to, man. Yeah.
Cool. Well, next question is, I think we should rewind back a little bit from the start. I asked you about the 8 areas you traveled to and performed in. Like, if you weren't able to document that, how was the experience though?
All of them different, man.
Like what locations? Different
countries. Like China mainland is awesome. It's always a buzz. I've been up there a bunch. Macau's very different. It's all like players and high roller stuff. Thailand, it's crazy. It's like
been there.
Like a crazier Hong Kong. It's nuts. I've spun a few times. In the Philippines, it's also crazy. It's like holiday patrons sort of thing, you know, like
good food,
good vibes, beach vibes. I like spinning on the beach, man. It's always a buzz. But yeah, and Nepal was my highlight.
One of the best ones.
For sure, yeah, absolutely.
Next time, bring Edry so he can take a highlight for you, and no one can steal the camera. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this is probably the second last question. It was it's about like the negative energy that you had to go through, or people that were against you pursuing your passion full on until you went to that plane, you know, like, and the process you had to go through, because you told me you had to leave a few loved ones as well. Like,
yeah,
the negative side of things, and how did you like go through that and take care of it, like now? Like, you know, we all mature.
Well, I had to just deal with it, man. Like, I don't know, it's the ride coming out here and surviving like that on the drop, and just going, you're kind of focusing on your life and you're focusing on survival and focusing on and you kind of expect support from everyone back home, and you get that for a while, but you stay up for too long, and everyone sort of drifts off and fades, and they're doing their own thing, and you lose a lot of stuff. And I've lost family members since I've been out here, and you know, not there for family. So like I've lost a lot on that side. But then, in saying that, I've got my family here, you know, like, and I've gained my family because I lost it for a while, you know, losing people from your life is heavy, and it fucks up everything. Your music, it screws your music up, it like hurts everything. And I nearly dropped off here, but it was my family that I'd created here, my kids and stuff that lifted me back up, and that's what I'm doing here. And,
just make sure you can take care of it.
yeah, and that's also been a roller coaster ride. I guess it's the same for everyone. Everyone has their crazy story in this city, you know, like everyone has their pain and shit, and but we all have our hype as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, normally I ask this for artists, but you did say you were reinventing everything around you, right? So
Yeah.
for 2018 to 19, like, is there gonna be any changes or maybe producing throughout the upcoming 2 years, you know?
Actually, yeah, I want to get back on. I bought myself an MPC studio, and I'm just getting my head around it. And I want to get back into making some hip hop beats, and collaborating with a few cats, and like not so much using acapellas and shit, you know, mainstream acapellas. I want to get some real vocals on my stuff this year, and just push along that sort of hype, because you guys seem to be doing that. It's pretty.
Well, honestly, what I really want to achieve in Hong Kong, right? Like, which I don't think is like 100% doable in all angles, but if there's like a lot of new seeds, and let's say we have around like 10, 15 dope artists, singer and rappers, just creating a re-up version of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You know, just putting the best of the best there, and that puts personality. You know, like when somebody says Detroit, you know they're from Detroit, and they got a pride for that. You know, like that's what they did. And Hong Kong, it's like I want to be proud saying Hong Kong, but I won't be proud until it comes to a point where everybody's like work together on something like that big project where like we are this is us. You know?
I think what we need to do, man, is cipher more. You know, live ciphers more. It puts a trademark on everything that you're doing.
Like Team Backpack, right?
You know, just regular, man, regular ciphers. Because if anything's driven me as a DJ to get better really quickly, it's mixing for live ciphers. You really got to be on it. You got to be on point. You got to be up. You know, got to be drop, and like and keep it rolling. And understanding rappers just like that are freestyling. It's a really wholesome side to hip hop, and I think we need to focus on it more. Man.
Well, technically, it's still going to be a show, like Backpack,
show's a show,
right?
yeah. Show's a
it's
show,
like if a person can really freestyle, sure, freestyle it. And
open mics.
I know there are some that prepare their bars. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's doable.
We were doing a few ciphers back at the Diamond Den, you know, Nick Cage and Ellie Dolo, and we were just having open mic system, and some of the cats that were coming through, man, that were just roaming through Hong Kong for a week or whatever, we'd just hear about it, come in, get on the mic and blitz our MCs, you know, like really good talent comes through here, and you don't know about it, man. You can open up some doors with that shit. Anyway, that's what I want to talk to HQ about as well, and get some cipher shit happening.
Well, Chance the Rapper's here, so I don't know if he's gone, but yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
And shout outs to Wu Latino, Bura's here as well. And Wu-Tang's coming to Asia end of January. So, yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Cool.
Sick. Keep it
well,
alive.
we're about to wrap it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again,
much love.
Kinetic outcome.
Hong Kong hip hop, is it?